Welcome to the Explainer. So today, we're diving deep into something that literally has the entire gaming world buzzing right now. We're looking at 10 heavily rumored and leaked gameplay mechanics that prove Grand Theft Auto 6 is not just getting a simple graphical facelift, but is completely shifting from your standard open-world game into a living, breathing ecosystem. If you think you already know what to expect from this next installment, well, buckle up, because the level of detail we're about to unpack is going to completely change how you look at virtual worlds.
To make sense of all these scattered rumors, we've structured today's explainer into 4 distinct pillars of immersion. 1. A new digital world. 2. Characters and tactical gameplay. 3. Advanced NPC and AI. And 4. Wildlife and new activities.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1. A new digital world, bringing Vice City to life. You know, in a modern setting, true immersion really starts with how we interact with the world around us. And today, that interaction is highly digital. It looks like Rockstar is perfectly mirroring our real-world phone obsession with some incredibly detailed in-game social networks. Based on trusted insiders, we're seeing domain names like WhatUp, Ride Me, Fuck Me, and Hookers Galore. Obviously, these are clear parodies of WhatsApp, Uber, Cash App, and, you guessed it, OnlyFans, because it really wouldn't be Rockstar without that signature, slightly unhinged humor. But here's the thing, it's not just window dressing. You'll actually be able to scroll through in-game social media, watch reels, follow specific creators, and most importantly, use these apps to discover secret side missions and dynamic events happening around Vice City in real time. And that dynamic digital energy, it spills right over into the physical environments. Water areas and pools, they aren't just these static blue rectangles anymore. We're looking at active rooftop pool parties, NPCs just casually drinking beer, and our protagonist Lucia chilling in the water with earbuds in. But the real wild card here? Entirely unscripted wildlife encounters. I mean, nothing says Miami quite like an unscripted alligator turning your luxury swimming pool into its own personal swamp, right? The water areas are designed to be actual, living social hubs. Speaking of the physical world actively changing around you, we've got to talk about the infrastructure. Based on trailer analysis, we're seeing interactive drawbridges, heavily inspired by the real Brickell Avenue Bridge in Miami. Picture this, you're in a high-speed, high-stakes police chase. You're just about to make your getaway, and suddenly, the bridge starts rising to let a massive cargo ship through. Bam, your escape route is entirely blocked. Or, if your timing and speed are absolutely perfect, that roadblock just became the ultimate cinematic stunt jump. It's exactly these unpredictable physical variables that make the world feel alive. Moving on to Section 2, Characters and Tactical Gameplay, a modern Bonnie and Clyde. So, first off, we have our protagonists, Lucia and Jason. Lucia marks the franchise's very first female lead, bringing a totally fresh perspective to this modern-day Bonnie and Clyde story. But what's truly revolutionary for the moment-to-moment gameplay is the rumored seamless character switching. We might actually be saying goodbye to those long, cinematic camera zooms from GTA 5, replacing them with instant, seamless transitions between the two. Plus, the customization is going microscopic. We're talking way beyond just throwing on a new t-shirt or getting a tattoo. Leaks are pointing to highly detailed customization for lipstick, eyeliner, hair extensions, and even nail extensions. Now, to actually pull these heists off, you're going to need perfect synchronization. Utilizing rumored buddy ping and buddy comm systems, you won't just have some AI blindly following you around. You'll actively mark locations, issue specific instructions to your partner, physically share weapons on the fly, and coordinate simultaneous silent takedowns. Basically, you have to actively work with your partner to execute these robberies smoothly. And this tactical approach, it completely changes your inventory. The days of pulling a rocket launcher out of an infinite magic back pocket are officially gone. We're moving from that impossible arsenal of GTA 5 to a Red Dead Redemption 2 style limited loadout. You can literally only carry what you can physically hold on your body. Need heavier firepower or tools for a big heist? Well, you'll have to rely on duffel bags or store your extra gear in the trunk of your car. If you show up to a massive shootout with the wrong loadout just because you didn't plan ahead, you're gonna fail. Let's dive into Section 3, Advanced NPC and AI, breathing life into the crowds. Listen, a truly living world relies on the actual people populating its streets, right? And we are looking at a massive leap in artificial intelligence here with the dynamic honor system. Similar to Red Dead 2, you can choose to warmly greet passing pedestrians or entirely antagonize them. But here's the kicker, memory.
If you mess with an NPC, pick a fight, or just ruin their day, they will remember your face 10 hours of gameplay later. You aren't just bumping into nameless drones anymore. You're building micro-relationships or creating lifelong persistent enemies right there on the streets of Vice City.
Actually, to ground all these rumors in reality for a second, let's look at what Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick explicitly said. He noted that AI can be used to make interactions between NPCs and players much more natural and engaging. Rockstar is actively pushing for hyper-realistic, AI-driven conversations backed by incredibly large dialogue pools, meaning you won't be hearing the same 3 generic responses over and over again. The AI will generate varied, situational responses that make every single passing conversation feel entirely unique and rooted in that specific moment. All right, bringing us to our final section, number 4, wildlife and new activities, surviving the Leonida ecosystem. Because you see, the immersion doesn't just stop where the city pavement ends. Messing with nature now has real consequences. Enter Poach, the protection of animals and controlled hunting. This is a rumored, highly specialized wildlife enforcement agency. If you decide to go illegal hunting or mess with protected species out in the wild, you won't just get a standard police star. No, you'll trigger a completely separate wanted system. Poach agents will actually come after you in specialized SUVs, and if you try to escape into the swamps, they're going to chase you down in tactical airboats. And guess what? You might actually be able to bring some of that wildlife home with you. We're seeing massive hints at an advanced pet system. We're talking glass terrariums and safe houses for pet snakes, store signs explicitly requiring pets to be on leashes, and even chihuahuas running on the beach. But it goes deeper than just aesthetics. Rumors suggest an RDR2-style bonding mechanic, where taking care of your pet actively changes their behavior towards you. If you bond enough, your pet could genuinely become a tactical companion, helping you sniff out hidden items or even alerting you to approaching enemies during a tense mission. Now, if you just want to kick back and relax, the sheer volume of outdoor activities is honestly staggering. You can join mud clubs and race monster trucks in off-roading events. You can take a kayak down peaceful rivers, engage in advanced fishing using specific baits and rods, or grab scuba gear to explore underwater caves and old shipwrecks. Want something a little more casual? Hit the mini golf course, or just grab a metal detector and comb the beaches. The point is, there is an endless amount of fun to be had that has absolutely nothing to do with the main storyline. So this all brings us to one final question I want to leave you with today. We've seen the limited weapon inventory, the cops that remember your face, the drawbridges that can ruin your escapes, and the dedicated wildlife police. Will this hyper-realistic ecosystem elevate the fun and create the most immersive game ever made? Or will having to manage duffel bags and AI relationships make the game just a bit too demanding for the casual player? Talk it over, debate it with your friends, and really think about what kind of world you're ready to step into. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.